A swallow and a spider. A spider that observed a swallow catching flies fell immediately to work upon a net to catch swallows, for she looked upon it as an encroachment upon her right. But the birds, without any difficulty, break through the work and fly away with the very net itself. "Well," says the spider, "bird catching is none of my talent, I perceive." And so she returned to her old trade of catching flies again. A swan and a stork. A stork that was present at the song of a dying swan told her 'twas contrary to nature to sing so much out of season, and asked her the reason of it. "Why," says the swan, "I am now entering into a state where I shall be no longer in danger of either snares, guns, or hunger, and who would not joy at such a deliverance?" Capons, fat and lean. There were a great many crammed capons together in a coop, some of them very fair and fat, and others again that did not thrive upon feeding. The fat ones would ever and anon making sport with the lean, and calling them starvelings, till in the end the cook was ordered to dress so many capons for supper, and to be sure to take the best in the pen. When it came to that once, they that had most flesh upon their backs wished they had less, and 'twould have been better for them. Wax and brick. There was a question started once about wax and brick, why the one should be so brittle and liable to be broken with every knock, and the other bear up against all injuries and weathers so durable and firm. The wax philosophized upon the matter, and finding out at last that it was burning made the brick so hard, cast itself into the fire, upon an opinion that heat would harden the wax too, but that which consolidated the one dissolved the other. A fly upon a wheel. "What a dust do I raise," says the fly, "upon the coach wheel, and what a rate do I drive at," says the same fly again, "upon the horse's back." A husbandman and Ceres. A certain farmer complained that the beards of his corn cut the reaper's and the thrasher's fingers sometimes, and therefore he desired Ceres that his corn might grow hereafter without beards. The request was granted, and the little birds ate up all his grain. "Fool that I was," says he, "rather to lose the support of my life than venture the pricking of my servants' fingers." A countryman and a hawk. A country fellow had the fortune to take a hawk in the hot pursuit of a pigeon. The hawk pleaded for herself that she never did the countryman any harm. "And therefore I hope," says she, "that you'll do me none." "Well," says the countryman, "and pray what wrong did the pigeon ever do you? Now by the reason of your own argument, you must expect to be treated yourself as you yourself would have treated this pigeon." A league of beasts and fishes. The beasts entered into a league with the fishes against the birds. The war was declared, but the fishes, instead of their quota, sent their excuse that they were not able to march by land. A mouse in a chest. A mouse that was bred in a chest, and had lived all her days upon what the dame of the house laid up in it, happened one time to drop out over the side, and to stumble upon a very delicious morsel, as she was hunting up and down to find her way in again. She had no sooner the taste of it in her mouth, but she brake out into exclamations. What a fool she had been thus long to persuade herself that there was no happiness in the world but in that box. The fishes and the frying pan. A cook was frying a dish of live fish, and so soon as ever they felt the heat of the pan. "There's no enduring of this," cried one, and so they all leapt into the fire, and instead of mending the matter, They were worse now than before. A Countryman and a River. A countryman that was to pass a river sounded it up and down to try where it was most fordable, and upon trial he made this observation on it: where the water ran smooth, he found it deepest, and on the contrary, shallowest where it made most noise. A Spaniel and a Sow. "I wonder," says a sow to a spaniel, "how you can fawn thus upon a master that gives you so many blows and twinges by the ears." "Well," says the dog, "but then set the good bits and the good words he gives me against those blows and twinges, and I'm a gainer by the bargain."